Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli waj'al li waziran min ahli Haruna akhi ushdud bihi azri washriku fi amri linusabbihaka kaseera wa naskuraka kaseera innaka kunta bina basira. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصلى اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Welcome everyone. Inshallah, we will continue with the rays, the fruits of belief, which is the 11th ray. We were discussing on page 279 of the book about the belief in angels. How that helps is one of the fruits we can benefit from seeing the meaning in creation. And the author was sharing his excitement and experiences on how belief in angels has helped him in his day-to-day living, in his situations, different situations. So, which is a model for us also to take, that in our life, in our journey, in this universe, in this world, different events that we face, try to bring in the elements of belief, particularly the belief in angels, belief in the hereafter, belief in divine determining, resurrection. So all those aspects of belief into our lives, inshallah. So we'll continue with the example that he is going to give. So we spoke about how belief in angel also connects with the belief in prophethood. They support each other. So that helps as well. And now let's go with an example that he gives. Another particular and example of the fruit of belief in the angels concerns the questioning angels, Munkar and Nakir. References to some works, some books, hadith books. It is this: in my imagination, I entered my grave. Serious stuff. In my imagination, I entered my grave, which is a reality for each and everyone. That will happen. Telling myself, I am bound to enter here, the same as everyone else. While taking fright at the bleakness and despair of the lonely, dark, cold, narrow, solitary confinement of the grave, two blessed friends resembling Munkar and Nakir appeared. They began to debate with me. My heart and grave were broadened, illumined, and warmed. Windows were opened up onto the world of spirits. Windows were opened up onto the world of spirits. I felt truly happy at that situation, which I saw in the imagination then and will see in reality in the future. And I offered thanks.
We are afraid of Munkar and Nakir angels. Why? They will question us.
That's good. So we have to train ourselves to be questioned.
From here, while we are here.
While we are here, yes.
But the author says, in my imagination, it means we can still think here, imagine here, or understand that. After we die, the happiest news is when we encounter with angels, whatever they are. It is interesting. I found that he looked, instead of frightened, and the questioning started. But what am I going to do now?
Right.
Because no one is perfect. But he said, my heart and brain were broadened, illumined,
And warmed.
Assalamu alaikum. I cannot hear Brother Ali well. Thanks.
All right, what shall we do?
Put the microphone in front of Ali Murmur. Thank you.
Okay, we'll try. Let's see. Let us know if you in the chat or something.
Okay, hold it up. No. No, not hold this one, so you can use it again, yeah? How is it now?
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for reminding us. Thank you. That is how we should do. We should remind each other. Okay. Munkar Nakir. First, when we see that angel appears, it means, wow, the alam ghaib. Not in this world, but another world exists. What a good news. And also, even the death angel of death, still angel. Good news.
That's right.
Yeah, good news. Why? Oh, this world is not on. It doesn't really consist of matter only. Yeah.
So that's the point. This world does not consist of matter only.
And it is witnessing the angels. Although
side, yes.
belief is in ghaib, but as we die, we experience not ghaib, but presence of ghaib, angels. The last thing we will experience, inshallah, here.
So here we can experience some form of presence.
No, yeah, that is what we believe, not some form, not a form,
okay.
but witness to it.
Okay, we conclude.
But when we leave this world, we leave this world with the witnessing ghaib. Now, we don't witness here. We conclude through witnessing evidence.
Okay.
But death
is presence.
The death angel comes and takes it. That is the last moment. But when the test or when the responsibility is over.
So it's just a symbolic way of telling about the responsibility, the questioning.
Not symbolic, they're real.
They're real.
The angels will come and Hadith says, yeah. But it means, it's a news that what you believed here, it is recorded, and you will be facing what is recorded through the manifestation of ghaib. Angel ghaib, of course, not absolute. Absolute ghaib is God. The others are all relative ghaibs, related to material world, or compared with the material world, and the existence of angels are ghaib. For example, I can see the book, I will never ever see the knowledge, but do you record it in the book? Do you have any suspicion about the existence of
knowledge?
Yeah, recorded, the information recorded in the book.
No.
That's absolutely, that's why we are reading it.
Yeah.
I'm sure if there is a book, there is something written there. Well, I agree, I don't agree, that is different. The universe also, like a book, they have their meanings. How? The way they are created. But people say we don't believe in ghaib, but they read the book. Isn't that contradictory? But do you see knowledge? No. Why do you read it then? You don't see it. Okay. Think.
Right, interesting. So a madrasa student, if
It
anybody
is
has
just
any
funny. You are
comment
very
or
good funny, but it teaches us something. It's another we will talk.
inshallah, yeah. Feel free to jump in if anybody wants to say anything. A madrasa student who was studying Arabic grammar, died, and in replying to Munkar and Nakir's question of who is your sustainer, thought he was in his own madrasa and said, who is the subject? Your sustainer is its predicate. Grammar, as a grammar student, ask me something difficult. That's easy. It made both the angels and the spirits who were present and a diviner of graves who witnessed the incident laugh and brought a smile to divine mercy.
Innocent person. Yeah.
What is a diviner of graves? A diviner of graves who witnessed the incident.
Divine mercy. Did you ask something?
Yes, a diviner of graves who witnessed the incident. So there's angels, the spirits, and the spirits who were present, and a diviner of graves who witnessed the incident.
I don't know. Does it matter?
No, but spirit beings.
I don't know. I don't know.
So, okay. Brought a smile to divine mercy. Being delivered from torment, the late Hafiz Ali, a martyr hero of the Risale-e-Nur, died in prison while writing out and enthusiastically studying the treatise of the fruits of belief. Just as he replied in the grave to the questioning angels with the truths of the fruits of belief, as he had in court here, so I and the Risale-e-Nur students shall reply to those questions with the brilliant and powerful proofs. Brilliant and powerful proofs of the Risale-e-Nur in the future, in fact, and now in meaning, and will cause the angels to confirm them. So to cause the angels to confirm those powerful proofs and appreciate them and congratulate them, God willing. So while we're living in this world, we have all the proofs that we have to confirm. So all the meaningful side of creation will be recorded, inshallah. That's the thing. And will cause the angels to confirm them and appreciate them and congratulate them, whoever has seen the meaning and trained themselves, educated themselves here. So brotherly, you have some things to say?
No.
Another small example of belief in the angels leading to worldly happiness is this. An innocent child who had learned his lesson from the Ilmihal said to another child who was waiting at the death of his little brother, don't cry, be thankful, because your brother has gone to heaven and is with the angels. So at a little age, the comfort of belief in angels. He is enjoying himself there and having a better time than us. He is flying around like the angels and taking a look at everything. He turned his friend's woeful tears into happy smiles. So exactly like that weeping child in the grim situation of this sorrowful winter, I received news of two deaths. One was my nephew, the late Fuad, who had both come first in advanced schools and had published the truths of the Risale-e-Nur. The second was my late sister, called Hanim, a scholar who went on the Hajj. and died while circumambulating the Kaaba. These deaths of two relatives made me weep, like that of the late Abdul Rahman, which is described in the treatise for the elderly. Then through the light of belief, I saw in my heart that the innocent Fuad and righteous Hanim had as companions angels and Huris in place of humans, and had been saved from the perils and sins of this world. Feeling overwhelming joy instead of that searing sorrow, I congratulated both them and Fuad's father, Abdul Majid, and myself, and I offered thanks to the most merciful of the merciful. This has been included here as a prayer for mercy for the two departed. So just like the child who gets comfort from the belief in angels, adults as well, we face friends, families who die, and then they're not going in no man's land, but they are going to a beautiful place with the spirits and angels. So belief in the resurrection, belief in the hereafter, belief in angels all come into the picture. All the comparisons and allegories in the Risala-i-Nur describe the fruits of belief that have as their consequences happiness in this world and the next. So all the allegories, comparisons being described in this fruits of belief result in happiness in this world and the next. In respect of the happiness and pleasures of life, they display in this world those universal and extensive fruits give news that they will gain for man everlasting happiness. So they give news. These fruits give us news that they will gain for man everlasting happiness. Indeed, that they will produce shoots and develop in that way. 5 of those numerous universal fruits have been written at the end of the 31st word as fruits of the ascension. And 5 are included as examples in the 5th branch of the 24th word. References to all what this author writes should help us, inshallah, for our belief journey in this world. He's sharing his experiences. So we said at the beginning that each of the pillars of faith have numerous different fruits. Each of the pillars of faith have numerous different fruits, even innumerable fruits. And that similarly, a single fruit of the totality of the fruits is vast paradise. And another is eternal happiness, while another, and perhaps the sweetest, is the vision of God. And some of the fruits of belief yielding happiness in both worlds, this world and the hereafter, have been well described in the comparison at the end of the 32nd word.
I'm just wondering, can you scroll up, please? Yeah, like in respect of the happiness and pleasure of life they display in this world, those universal, no, I'm sorry, not this one. What happened? Somebody passed away. Yeah, that part. Feeling overwhelming joy instead of that searing sorrow, I congratulated both them. That sounds so weird. I mean,
Overwhelming joy at the departed. Yes.
yeah, but then like what?
But that comes from the fruit of the belief in angels. Otherwise, the sadness, sorrow is because if there's no end, like this is the end of the life of the individual. They're no longer with us, as if this is the only life. We understand. I would be happy that, oh wow, there is another wonderful world out there.
Well, inshallah, maybe lived with this awareness, because it's not out there in civilization. It's not at all. Nobody's thinking about it. So, I mean, this sounds good because I'm thinking of, being like a tree or a flower. Some stay in existence for a few days, some wither away the next day. But yeah, like the beauty was displayed, but where does it go? Same thing with human beings. We're here, but then, dang, where do we go? All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's some truth here with the author is sharing, but like I'm not even tapping into it yet. But it looks good. I would like to tap into it as well, but I'm.
Okay, Faria, you cut out, but Farah, go ahead.
My comment is a little bit in the third paragraph, where it says, we said at the beginning that each of the pillars of faith have numerous fruits. We can scroll a little bit. The third paragraph.
Okay.
Yeah, this one. So I understand that, well, he makes these distinctions, and forgive me for missing or not paying attention in previous discussions, but paradise, eternal happiness, they are, they're in one way similar, if I must say, in terms of a fulfillment of the desire that we find ourselves within this creation. And paradise, if I paraphrase for now, is a type of creation that fulfills the potential that my spirit is created with. And so it is a bodily manifestation of all that the spirit desires. I'm not sure how that is different than another eternal happiness. So that's one. And then two, and then the last one is, he says the sweetest is the vision of God. I was hoping that if we could expand on this a little bit within ourselves about how to describe this as different or as something additional to a fulfillment of the spirit's potential in another creation.
Okay, thank you. So basically, how do we understand all these fruits in our life? The different
different from each other, yeah.
Different from each other what?
Each pillar, are you saying? Different from each pillar? Or
right, like how do I distinguish the fruit of the paradise from the fruit of the eternal happiness, from the vision of God?
So there
is no difference.
I think she's referring to this. One fruit is the paradise, another is eternal happiness, another is the sweetest vision of
within
God.
Each other, within each other.
Yeah.
Paradise includes eternal happiness. Eternal happiness includes
vision of God.
So,
vision of God or presence of God.
Yeah, vision of God. Vision of God means really not essence of God, but without veil, manifestation of the names. You can see that this is directly created by God. For example, I don't see you when I say, Asim, give me the book. Book is given to me. Like this.
Directly.
Yeah. So give me something, the same thing, the same word, example in this word. Because absolute essence cannot be simple. We have to understand this one. But paradise is where, in this terminology, vision of God is manifested. Eternal happiness is one manifested, or other way around. In the vision of God, paradise is manifested, eternal happiness is manifested. But these different aspects, according to our, which aspect we are looking for. Otherwise, reality is one. That's what I understood. Not guaranteed it is the truth, but that is what I understood.
Okay, inshallah, I hope that helps. All right, so we'll continue with.
So I understand that you cannot, let's say, experience the essence of God. We've had these discussions before. Does that mean that that's still the essence is still veiled, or is there? Do we still understand that in terms of a veil, or we don't?
In terms of what?
Eternal happiness, or which
No,
part?
in terms of, like, for example, we understand paradise or the next creation as an unveiled experience, unveiled as in, without intermediaries, like we observe within our life here. And so when we consider the aspect of the vision of God, is it understood that it is completely unveiled, or that there is a veil, which is necessary between an individual and the essence of God?
Where? In this world?
In the Hera.
Where?
Next creation.
Next question? Are you asking?
Yes, in the next creation.
Hmm.
In this creation, I understand that it is always veiled.
Yeah, that is, belief is our conclusion as a result of our observing the evidence. But in the next creation, not observing the evidence, but observing the direct action of it.
Results.
Why we cannot see, although it is disputed, maybe you may be studying this kind of stuff, it is disputed among the scholars, but my conclusion is, I'm sharing my conclusion with as a result of these disputes, the level of existence is beyond. It's a completely different thing, not beyond it, it was wrong. Completely different way of existence, the existence of essence of the absolute. No one, now in this world, we can understand this. No one can imagine to see the infinite in number, infinite. Impossible. That is why we call it infinite, not finite. Because we know that infinite, the symbol of infinite, laying down, or the form of laying down 8, not standing up, but laying down 8, infinite, some symbol, signifies that that is what we cannot comprehend. It is existence, but it must be. Even the materialist people accept in mathematics infinite. in logic infinite. They accept it. Because we are sure such a thing might exist, but we cannot imagine it is real existence. Like, for example, you can see the number trillion,
Right.
not because it is little trillion. You can start count it and say that, look, this is called trillion. But you cannot say this is called infinite.
Right.
There is nothing to symbolize it. Because of the nature of infinite is not like the nature of numbers. Now, because we are created, and the level of existence, the capacity of existence of the absolute being should not ever be like created things. Impossible. If it is not in the form of creation, even paradise is a creation. Even Quran says we are going to create another world for you. Next world. It is a creation. There is no room to see the absolute being. But what the prophet, that's why it is strongly argued that the prophet said, they said, how do we see God in the hereafter? The prophet said to those people around him, look at the sky, and when you see the full moon in the sky, all of the people of Medina, was in Medina, look at the sky. Are you, or will you prevent each other? Because I saw this moon now, that is your turn, look at it. No, you just directly see it. You don't use binocular. That's my explanation of it. Hadith finishes there. What does it mean? You don't use binocular. You directly see
direct vision.
But when we see the moon, look at the esprit in it. When you see the moon, in fact, you see the light of the moon, not the moon. Always. As a created being, we cannot see the essence of the existence of anything. We see only the manifestations. For example, when I touch something, because of the nerve system, when we got used to it, we think we touched the thing. In fact, that is what we felt. That is the magical side of it. So when I read the hadith like this, I said, oh, how wise the prophet is to teach people, but at the same time to give the universal wisdom message.
When you look at the moon, you see the light.
Yes, a reflection of light from the moon.
But not the essence of the creation of the moon.
We can
never
really experience the essence of anything, because essence of anything is the manifestation of God's names, which are
absolute.
Mm-hmm. So the scholars, I mean, in the beginning, the scholars were very anxious about knowing the reality. That is why they started arguing frankly, not like us. Frankly, what do we mean, God? What do we mean, the attributes of God? Sifatullah. Yeah. What do we mean by it? They argued straight away. And they started thinking, scratching their head. It may mean the other one. No. It may mean this, that is beautiful. We have no right to accuse a person who's trying to solve a problem. But he will make a mistake. Be careful. Here. Why did you do that? Yeah. Oh, That is what the people concluded, that as a result of all this 2 centuries of struggle of the scholars, we are copy pasting their conclusion now. We don't go through it. For example, somebody presents to you a complicated formula, and the scholars try to solve it. See the equation. What is the result of this formula, right? Now, some of them goes this way, the other one goes this way. At the end comes the conclusion. What we are doing nowadays is very, very lazy way. This equation is what? Let's say, I don't know, 1,000, right? We say, this formula says 1,000. How did you come there? That's what the scholars said. This is the foundation of our belief in general. We are just repeating the conclusions. We are not going through the same process to come to that conclusion and confirm it. That is what Rizal, this guy, the author of this book, is trying to teach us, how to go through the process and learn it and confirm that, I agree also that the equation is 1,000. That's what we have been training ourselves here. Inshallah, we are aware of the virtue of how precious this method is.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I think, thank you for sharing your comments, everyone. Just recognizing the manifestation of inequality. So I really like the moon example because it's very obvious. Just looking at the illumination side of the moon, which I can then point to the manifestation of something that's bringing this universe into existence. And once I'm with that, state of mind, or if you want to call it feeling, then I can really conclude that. I know we were talking about maybe experiencing the essence. Yeah, we cannot experience the essence of something not of the nature of this universe, but what I can experience is my conclusion, and then I can use these conclusions to connect with something not of the nature of this universe. So for example, what helps, at least to me, is to get the answers to the questions of, like, to be comfortable within my existence about the necessarily existence of another realm besides the one I'm experiencing here should help. What I mean is, I think if I stay with where do I come from, really, like the spirit of anything, where's the spirit coming from, definitely is not coming from anything of this universe, then I think I can go somewhere with this conclusion. At least I can, because I cannot experience the essence of anything, but I know that my spirit must be coming from somewhere. And sometimes when I start thinking about this piece, I don't know, I feel like I end up, I don't want to, obviously what I hear now is the whole terminology of black holes. There's so many books out there. I've had people who, share some books on, the black hole. And I was like, yeah, where does it all go? If it's not this universe, then where do I end up? Right? The spirit kind of questioned that. And sometimes I feel, I don't know, I think maybe we should stick with, I don't know, rather than speculating, a black hole or something. And I guess when I don't know, then then I guess I can go somewhere with it where, you know, we're seeing all these beautiful words like, oh, eternal happiness, paradise, and so on. I don't know. Just wanted to share some thoughts that came by.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, so let's continue. Evidence that belief in divine determining yields precious fruits. Last paragraph of the. So, evidence that belief in divine determining. It's
I
okay.
confused with my mistake.
Evidence that belief in divine determining yields precious fruits in this world is the fact that the saying, those who believe in divine determining are saved from unhappiness, is a widely known proverb. Those who believe in divine determining are saved from unhappiness. Two universal fruits of belief.
This Arabic form is men amene bil kader. Kader.
Other.
Emine minel keder. Secured from all keder, worries and unhappiness. It is translated, worries. Because those who believe in God, although we didn't finish, let's finish the subject and then
Inshallah.
if needed, we can.
Okay. So those who believe in divine determining are saved from unhappiness. Two universal fruits of belief in divine determining are explained in the fine comparison at the end of the treatise on divine determining, which is about two men who enter the lovely garden of a palace. And I myself in my own life have experienced thousands of times and understood that if one does not believe in divine determining, it destroys the happiness of this worldly life. But whenever in grievous misfortunes, I looked from the point of view of divine determining. Whenever in grievous misfortunes, I looked from the point of view of divine determining, I saw that they were greatly lightened. And I would be astonished at how those who do not believe it can continue to live.
But if you don't believe in divine determining, but needs to be a very brief explanation of it, you feel yourself is a complete chances, chaos. That is why divine determining simply this.
Luck, unluck, yeah, lucky, unlucky, yeah, that kind of thing.
Lucky or unlucky, yeah, as you said, yeah. We don't know. We don't know. Not secure in whatever is happening to you in the next second. It's a horrible life. This is how we are created. So that it is a call for us, invitation for us. Know that you need security. How can you get the security? Don't you see the world has been created in an order continuously? Who's taking care of this order? How do you understand this? It means the one who's creating everything, there must be a one who is creating everything, who is taking care of this order, and this order is in its entirety under the control of him. So look, nothing is chaotic. Everything is designed. Everything is purposefully created. Everything is taken care of. So what you have to do now, trust the one who creates it. He knows what is going on. It is not chaotic. It is a conscious design. Take your responsibility now. Take up your responsibility. That is believe in, briefly, believe in divine determining. If we are aware that whatever we are doing, at the background, there is a consciously designing and following what is going on in creation. Because the one who creates must have been taking care of the order of the universe and consciously arranging everything. That is why we have to understand that the creator must be absolute, otherwise this is impossible. How everything continuously, every single thing continuously given existence within a perfectly acting, practiced order. Impossible for accident or
Chaos.
natural things came out of chaos. It is totally ridiculous to imagine that it may be in this way.
Alhamdulillah.
So you feel comfortable.
Very,
nothing is
yeah.
chaotic. No, when I ask if it is good for me, it is created. If it is not good for me, it is not created. Not depending on my expectations. That is a very important point that we are always confusing. I am always confusing. It didn't happen in the way that I expected. Oh, something is going on wrong. Forgetting that the planner is an absolutely knowledgeable one, absolutely wise one. Forgetting that consciously designed plan is going on. And the source of this consciously plan must be the one who is taking care of everything in the world. It means take notice of your expectations, that this is really real for me for my next day, or just my thought that it is better for me. Can you guarantee it? No.
Mhm.
If I have this, I will be happy. Can you guarantee it really?
No.
No. So many people have, the people, the film producers nowadays, all the rich owners of big companies, huge companies, worldwide companies, yes?
Yes.
Hundreds of thousands of people they employ. And they disclose their family relationship in a very complicated way, and everybody is in trouble. Envying each other, jealous of each other, competing with each other, getting the best share from it. The huge money they have. Still, the more. This ambition, they are all suffering within themselves. Although they are in a party holding the glass, wine glass, and smiling to take the picture. And then inside, just look at this one. He's got a new, for example, jewelry. Look at this. Where did he get this money? From our budget, I'll get one as well. Why not? And goes home and starts fighting with her husband. Her husband or his wife. We should get one as well. How many family owned companies that run by the family members? I've never seen any of them saying that we are very good in turn. But one family said, really, serious, a believing family. We say we don't take notes of each other. Everybody takes care of his life and responsibility. Belief. Iman. If there is no belief in absolute, not I believe in Jesus, it is stupid. Absolute being and understanding the divine determining behind it, you cannot experience happiness in this world. Impossible. I from my own life experience, when I forget about divine determining, I am in trouble. I really admit this.
Thank you. Interesting that you bring up this, because I'm thinking now, you know how we say, even yesterday we said at the end, hey, your creator must know what's best for you. And that's the thing. I think that's the human dilemma, at least for me. Like, I want to know what's best for me too. In other words, the creator knows me better than I know myself. Is that what we're saying? Can you say yes or no on this?
Yeah, can you know what will happen tomorrow?
No, I don't know. No, I don't. But I'm just saying, even like as a person, you know how you were saying, oh, our expectations are not met sometimes, you know, when because the creator must know that maybe if you get this and this, then you know you may either become arrogant or it's just going to satisfy your ego and so on. So I was wondering, like, I want to know, like, I want to know myself. That's the whole thing. But so here we're saying my creator knows me better, even in that way. But hey, like, you know, as a student is looking to ameliorate themselves. So if you don't tell me where do I need to work on? Because I want to. Every student also want to know themselves too, right?
Yeah. When you give a test to your students, you collect the results of the test, whatever form you are following, I don't know. But collect the results of the test. Then the students are very curious. I want to go. Oh, we were so excited when our teacher before used to come to class and tell our numbers. You know, everybody had a number. I don't know why what they do nowadays, but we were numbers. You know, so my number was 144. When it comes there, as if my heart is going to stop. I'm curious. But first compare it. Everybody get 8, 9 out of 10. You know, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10. 6. Comparison. Wow. Oh God, I lost. But this excitement should be released by belief that my result is already marked by my teacher. I want to know, but I want to know that it is known to somebody who is merciful, who creates everything for my benefit. So he knows what I got, and accordingly he will teach me. Plus, that is my belief in God. Results in belief in divine determining. Belief in divine determining leads me to trust in God.
Good point. Trusting is what matters. So I'm trusting here, hey, you know me better than I do myself. And I'll never be able to know myself the way I would want to because your knowledge is absolute.
It is just pointless curiosity because I gave my result to my teacher. Now I am sure if I made a mistake, teacher will teach me on the following class saying that, look, some people are not, have missed this point. I'm going to repeat it. Pay attention. I will do it for you. So even if I don't know my result, still I have to put my trust in the teacher that he is aware of what I am doing. This is a worldly example. He is aware of what I am doing, and he will do it as I need it. That's why I keep emphasizing to remind myself, look, the one who is organizing the universe according to your need in the best way you can benefit from it. Stop worrying and trying to get to know God's mind. What are you going to do with it?
That's helpful.
Right.
So at least you can work out a little bit accordingly. Like you would get some kind of assurance. Okay, fine. This is the way I was supposed to do it. This is the what I should. Okay, that's fine. If I I didn't go for this or that.
I don't understand. Very quick. Comfortable speech. If you want me to understand, my language is very slow. Yeah.
What were we talking about? Wait.
Trusting in God.
trusting in God. So like, now you were saying, what's the point of knowing what's in
About
God's
the
mind?
mind.
It
Yeah.
helps. It like because I don't care. Like what I want to do is know about myself in terms of like where do I need to work on. So if somebody doesn't tell me where I need to work on, then how would I know?
Right.
Yes, you have to work on, or I have to work on how to trust in the Creator first. Otherwise, we have to work on however we experience the order, and as much as I can, I have to follow the order without expecting the order to obey me. I have to obey the order. There is no way. I'm a created being. I am trained here. So let the school administration arrange everything according to I want. No, trust in the school administration. He will arrange everything. They will arrange everything according to what you need. Your duty is to listen, to learn the lesson, attend the class, do your assignment in time. That's it. The school of the universe has a perfect administrator.
Yeah, but I see what you mean. But at the same time, it's so weird. Like somebody knows me better than I do myself.
Yeah.
No, I want to be at the same. Like I want to know. I want to be in the know. Like what do you know that I don't know, kind of thing.
Oh no, it is just a continuation of a kind of argument. I don't like it. It is obvious to me.
Alrighty. Okay, I'll just stick with just putting your trust in the Creator and pointless to know what tomorrow brings, or pointless to know what's in the mind of the Creator. I should just be concerned about.
Trusting in him and
Yeah.
do the business.
Another thing, okay, it seems like even the Creator doesn't know me, kind of thing.
Creator doesn't know you or me.
Yeah, like hello. If you go to a student-teacher analogy,
Where does that
sometimes the
conclusion?
teacher can miss out. What's the student up to? Maybe I can kind of missed out this part. Okay, so let me work out this piece with you. Or maybe the student got neglected sometimes from the teacher.
Well, that's
There
a human example, right? So it's an analogy to take to an absolute source. You cannot expect
Yeah.
anything to be neglected.
Was that
Absolute cannot neglect anything.
really?
By
Says
definition.
who? How do you know that?
By definition, that's what infinite is. It's
By
not like the nature of this world.
All right. Okay, let me sleep on this for now. It's 4 p.m.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So, yep, it is.
Okay. Time. Oh,
It is
Time.
kind of time. So we can.
where are we now?
So we'll start next time from one of the universal first of pillar of belief in the angels is alluded to the
I see. Second.
some references.
Okay.
So inshallah, we'll continue there.
Believe in this.
Believe we'll continue with the belief in angels. Right.
Mm.
I do feel that I'm neglected by the source of my existence, though, at times.
We need to work on that, right? To see that.
But-
How is
But
it
don't you feel
possible?
the same way?
Is it possible to be neglected?
But don't you feel the same way? Like, situations do arise. I know we've had this conversation, right? So,
Are you sure that you want the absolute creator to be your slave and follow your reasoning? How ridiculous it is. I'm sorry. That's it.
we didn't mention anything about slaves, but at least being like a
Stop,
communication or contact.
All
All right, I guess I'll just stop here for now.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Inshallah, we'll stop here. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma alamtana. Innaka anta alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillah. رب العالمين بحرمة سورة الفاتحة.
Alrighty.